Speak No Evil review. Welcome to Chomp Flicks. I just watched the James McAvoy thriller Speak No Evil, and I gotta tell you, it's pretty freaking good, y'all. I saw the original. This is a remake, which I thought was weird when it came out because the original just came out a couple of years ago. It's about this family that goes on vacation to England, and they meet a couple there that has a child of their own, a son, and he can't speak. He's got some kind of problem going on with his mouth, and they invite him to come stay with them at their house out in the country, and they do it, and they are the worst hosts ever, y'all. You can tell something's going on right from the start, and this is definitely a thriller, and it totally holds up to the original. A lot of remakes don't. Some people might not like it, but I'll get to that in a minute. So let's just go ahead and jump into the breakdown. So the good, great acting. James McAvoy, he just puts on a clinic in anything that he does, y'all. I love him as a villain. He's so believable. He has such good range. Like, you like the guy, then you hate the guy, and you don't trust the guy, and you question the guy, and it's just like, man, who is this? What are his intentions here? What's going on here? What is this couple trying to do to this family? And him and his wife, they do a great job. As far as the family goes, the husband, wife, and daughter, they're all good as well. The father's one of these sort of weak kind of people. He's not very confrontational, and this movie does a really good job of sort of pointing out the fact that the people with the stronger personality in life are going to get the people with the not so strong personalities to do what they want. And they really test the boundaries with that. And this movie is a great showcase of, people being gaslighted, like, and just agreeing to do it. Like, they even ask him at the end, they're like, why are you doing this to us? And he says, because you let us. And it's so true. It's so apparent throughout the entire film. They had so many chances to just walk away, to leave, and they just wouldn't do it. They wouldn't listen to themselves because they're more concerned about hurting the people's feelings than they are about listening to that voice in their head that's telling them that there's something wrong. The mother knew something was wrong all along, but the father was trying to go along with it. But I think that he was also scared to not go along with it. You know what I mean? Like, he's afraid of hurting their feelings or afraid of what might happen. The mom ends up being the hero ultimately, but the father, I mean, he does do some growing, but the mother is basically the hero of the story and the star of the story. And acting wise, James steals the show. I mean, his character has more to do in this film. He was written the better character of anybody else on screen, so it's not the other actor's fault. It's just the way the film is made. Like, his character is supposed to be the more outrageous, the more over the top, have all the range, and you really, like I said, you really like these people at first, but you also question them throughout the whole movie. And my stomach was like nervous the whole time, no matter what they were doing. Every little moment, everything that could be questioned, every little gaslighting thing, every time they would impose their will on the other people, and get them to do something that they didn't want to do. All of the uncomfortable conversations and things that took place. It makes you really uncomfortable the whole time you're watching it. You're just cringing. You're just like, oh my gosh, will these people just freaking run? And they don't. And that brings me to the bad. I don't know how much of this you would actually put up with if this were you. Like, I don't know how far I would let this go before I was like, dude, I'm freaking out of here and I don't care about hurting your feelings. I mean, there's a scene in the movie where the couples go out to eat, right? And the people that live in the house, James McAvoy and his wife, they're like, okay, let's go. And the babysitter's here, and it's some dude. It's some 40-year-old dude who's like from a different country. And they talk him, oh no, he's the best babysitter in the neighborhood. Everybody will vouch for him. And it's just like, I'm not leaving my 12-year-old daughter with some 40-something-year-old foreigner. I don't know what his customs are. You know what I mean? He could be, it could be normal to date 12-year-olds where he's from. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't know. You don't know nothing about this dude, but to just walk out of the house and leave your child in the care of a stranger like that because someone is sort of more willful than you, I think those things happen. I don't think that I would do that. I think that I would have tried to leave a lot sooner than they did. Um, and the other thing is, I don't know why it's like this in every horror film or every thriller. When someone's trying to kill you, and you have the opportunity to kill them first, you take it. Why are people in movies so afraid to kill someone that's trying to kill them? I can understand if, you know, they're just scaring you or something, or something, and you don't know what their intentions are. But if they are clearly going to unalive you and you get a chance to unalive them first, you freaking take it, dude. I don't know why they keep writing these characters into movies. It just takes you out of it when you're sitting there and you cringe over that. You're like, come on, man. So it does a good job with, like I said, it's believable. All the gaslighting is believable and the manipulation is very believable. But at some point, I think that I started to say, okay, hold on a second. I don't think I would let this keep going. I would have done something by now. The unclean, there's some vulgar language, sexual talk, there's some innuendo and things like that. There isn't any nudity or sexual relations per se, but there are a lot of grown up thematic elements in this, so you might not be comfortable with your children watching it. Teenagers have probably heard it all before, but I think it's a great remake. I think it definitely holds up to the original. Some people, especially people that love the original, might not like this one. I don't want to say why, because if I say why, even without telling you why, you're gonna know if you've seen the original, and I don't want to ruin it for you, but you'll know at the end of the movie. You'll say, okay, that's what he meant. I personally don't have a problem with it, with how they handled this. I don't think it was Hollywoodized. I don't want to say too much here. Just let me just say that I like the movie. I think it's a great thriller. I think it's well acted. I think it's well paced. I think it gives you that feeling in your stomach the entire movie, and you're just like, oh my gosh, and you're on the edge of your seat. So it's one of the better thrillers that I've seen of the year, and I give it 1.5 horns up, man. I mean, definitely check it out. Speak No Evil. It's available streaming right now. Thanks for watching Chomp Flicks.